emergency call. I feel being bottled in the face. Can you get some police down there?
With the country divided...
Hello, my friend.
Do me a favour, yeah?
What's that?
Close the door. Fuck off, you.
It's our emergency services
1263's running!
who see firsthand how broken Britain really is.
The police can't make your husband talk to you. It's not against the law for him not to talk to you.
And how it's changing.
That's my mum's, actually.
Is it?
Are you sexy, man?
That's all I've got. No, that's my telephone number.
As more and more of us face the problems of a nation increasingly on its knees.
That's 142. The drink drive limit is 35.
One service, more than any other, is feeling the strain.
While you remain naked, I'm not going to be speaking to you at the cell door.
No comment.
I haven't asked your question yet.
Everything pushes down to the police. As a chief constable, that's what keeps me awake at night. If that thin blue line breaks, there is nothing else.
You stay there, stay there. Take your hands out your pockets.
With crime on the rise,
What's the circumstance?
Fucking bollocks!
but funding on the decline,
Custody's closed. Custody's closed.
it's still the police we turn to help us through.
They asked for her bank details, and Mum gave them the bank details.
No, you ain't got your strap down no more, have you?
Sometimes when you finish a shift, you can walk out saying, how did we get through today?
Hello, yeah, you're through to the police, I can help.
In Northamptonshire,
Hello, and my dad just, ran out the house with knife at me.
and right across the country,
Sorry, your dad?
Yeah.
growing numbers of fathers are struggling to cope.
Can't get any evidence that you're not well. Please, Dad. You need to get strong.
Step back, please.
And when dads are bad,
Stop it. It's not fair on your kids, pal.
it's often sons who bear the burden.
We're trying to help you.
Don't care, piss off! So you're further arrested on suspicion of possession of Class A drug, OK? Signing this, you accepting liability for it and saying, look, I'm sorry. If it does happen again, you're going to get arrested.
Police emergency. Hello?
Hello, could I have police, please?
Right, so what's the emergency at the moment then?
My dad still won't stop hassling people in this street.
Well, is he hassling you as well?
Yeah.
Over the last 5 years, call handlers in Northamptonshire Police's 999 emergency control room say they've seen an increase in the number of calls about dads behaving badly.
Northampton Police Emergency, go ahead.
We have a young person who is vulnerable. Her dad has turned up to collect her and he has been aggressive to her.
Police emergency.
My dad was trying to get me arrested for no fucking reason. He's threw his fucking can of beer all over the place.
All right, listen to me.
The beer all over the place.
In the control room, we get a lot of calls about dads. It's just dispute after dispute, and we have to be the go-between and the communicator.
I've got two children in front of the door. The children's father drove away with them, and I had witnesses screaming and shouting in the car. He was in a very aggressive mood.
Where have they been taken from?
Primary school.
Okay. Now, the only way we can remove the kids from him is if you have a concern for their safety.
What about their emotional well-being?
What are dads for? Dads need to be there as the protector, the provider.
I went to collect my son this morning from his grandmother's house, and I'm just concerned where my little boy is right now, to be honest.
Dads are an authoritarian figure as well as a cuddly person when you need to. You need to get the balance right.
Is he a violent male?
Well, my son, I think he needs his dad to guide him.
Is he shouting and screaming?
It's like a man-to-man, isn't it? And they understand because your dad's already been through this.
You can be a dad just because you've impregnated someone. You can say, oh yes, I've got a child. Yes, I'm a father. But are you, if you're not involved in helping raise that child and making them into the person that they should be?
God, it's horrible out there.
It's Friday evening, and in Wellingborough, PC's Jennifer Jacobs and Leanne Larron are working the night shift.
Dearie me. Tonight is a night of weird people and weird jobs. It's like it's a full moon, but it's not actually a full moon.
Police emergency. Hello, my sister. Her husband is drunk and she's scared.
So it's your sister?
Police was there a few times.
Okay, so we've been to them before. Okay.
He scared her, children. He's aggressive.
As the nearest available unit, PC's Larron and Jacobs make their way to the caller's sister's address.
Hello.
Hello.
Everything all right? Can we come in? Thank you.
Thank you.
What's
my husband is under influence of alcohol and he's aggressive.
Okay.
And I just don't want him this night at home. It's not first time, it was lots of time.
Would you mind having a chat? Come on, have a chat with me, buddy. Is that all right? Have you had much to drink tonight?
Just drink 2 beers.
2 beers? Is that it?
He got from my solicitor letter to stop harassing. Yeah.
Okay.
And he should leave house in 13 days.
Okay.
But he didn't, and he's still drinking.
When we go to a domestic, we separate them and take them to different rooms to find out what's actually happened.
I don't do that nothing.
The reason that we're here is because somebody has obviously been concerned enough to phone the police.
I tell you, it's not reason. I don't know why she do that. She's crazy.
Our job is to give the victim the opportunity to speak to us without the perpetrator being present, you know, giving them the opportunity to tell us if they're scared.
He is angry because divorce. Yeah.
Okay.
He starts treating me.
So has there been sort of verbal exchange between you?
Yeah.
Okay.
My daughter, you know.
Us as police can't leave you both in the same property because of what's happened, because of the argument that's occurred. Okay, so what we're saying is just for the night
listen
to leave the property.
I don't understand. I don't do nothing here. My wife is liar. My wife is liar.
Can we keep
completely
down?
fucking liar.
Hey, don't swear. Stop it.
I won't stay at home. Maybe she take that. She take that. Children are going to the brother.
It's not reasonable, is it?
Discussion still in front of your children who are listening to everything that we're saying.
We are all capable of having arguments, aren't we? Life is hard sometimes. We all have our own pressures, whether it be financial, work, you know, our personal relationships. And sadly, we see a lot of people that misbehave in front of their kids.
This is my house. She take that children. If she want, she take that children.
If I can just interrupt, I think your wife has just told me that both of your children suffer with tonsillitis at the moment and are on medication. So it's not fair to be asking your children.
It's not true. It's not true. She still lie me. My God.
So we just
not true.
We're not saying it is or true or it isn't true.
It's not true.
To save any more arguments in front of the children, if you wouldn't mind taking them elsewhere. I appreciate they're poorly, but we're just going round in circles. I don't want this anymore in front of the kids. It's not fair on them. Okay. If you want to get a few bits together for yourself, and my colleagues can take you to your brothers. Little hamster in there.
No.
Okay. Got your bits.
I have too much problem with she, you know, because she is my wife. She is crazy.
Hopefully, he doesn't act like that every day. Maybe it was just the alcohol. But I just wanted him to, you know, just think about kids. Put his kids first. Get a grip, mate. Yeah, have a word with yourself.
My children, you know, my children, it's my love.
And we're not saying you are. What we're saying is you've obviously got some issues that you could probably do with just talking about when the kids aren't here.
My children is my love, you know.
Okay, my colleagues will take you, okay? You just tell them where to go. Bloom, okay, yeah, do right. Okay. Okie dokie.
I just drank today, just 2 beers.
Which is the problem, in my opinion, is you've had one too many this evening, which is affecting how you are being. Yeah?
Yeah, maybe. She not respect me, you know.
Okay,
really,
well,
really.
respect works both ways. You both have to have it for each other.
Yeah.
All right, right.
I shall leave it to it.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
See you, you know.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
He'd had way more than 2.
Oh God, it's always 2, isn't it? It's always I've had a couple.
Yeah.
A couple of buckets. A couple of drams.
Oh, he had 2 something, but... I honestly cannot believe he's made his kids leave the house at this time.
Selfish.
Mm-hmm. Bloody awful.
Police emergency.
I'm being threatened with violence by my ex-husband and I want him removed from the premises.
Is he?
He's threatening me.
Is he there with you now?
Yes, he is.
Last year, Northamptonshire Police Force recorded 13,412 domestic incidents.
Has he ever used weapons before?
Yes. Pull cue, baseball bat.
Is that on yourself?
Yeah.
This works out as 258 incidents every single week.
Someone came back again.
Is he still there?
Yeah, he's in the door.
Okay, so you're 14.
Yeah.
In many cases, these incidents occurred in homes where there are children.
My mum's boyfriend got drunk and he got hella dangerous, so...
Is he being violent?
Yes, he started shouting and throwing stuff.
Is it your dad?
Stepdad.
Well, officers are on the way. They're coming with blue lights.
The one type of call that I find hard are where that call has come from a young person, a child at the address, and having that child trying to stop their parents from fighting when you can hear them proper battering each other. That is really quite difficult, I find.
It's 11:30, Saturday night.
Police emergency. Hello, I've seen my boyfriend. He just grabbed me by my hair and punched me in the head. He's thrown all my stuff down the stairs. He's kicked me out. He's got kids in the house. Did you say he hit you? He punched you? Yeah, he grabbed me by my hair, punched me in the face. He spat on me. I'm just going to get some officers travelling. Stay where you are.
PC Lloyd Mason is the nearest available officer and is dispatched to the caller's address.
Domestic.
And PC's Gemma Cairns and Sarah Dzelski are also sent as backup.
Hello. We need to come and have a quick chat.
After separating the couple, the officers speak with the man about the attack.
Keep it really short and sweet, mate, okay?
Get the door shut so the kids don't get out.
When we attend a domestic incident there's children involved, it's a game changer. Because you're not just dealing with person A, person B. And children are quite impressionable. And we don't know what's happened before we get there, so we're either there to save the day or we're going to be upsetting them in some way, shape or form. There's been an allegation made and you're under arrest for domestic assault, okay? You don't have to say anything to the moment defence, you don't mention waiting questions until later on in court and then you do something.
Serious? There's one kids in there?
Right. Turn around, put your headphone back for me, please. Thank you very much.
Can we give him a train?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You're taking their dad away from them. And for a young child, that can be quite upsetting.
Are you alright, mate? Yeah. Don't need to cry. It's alright.
They're young minds and they're quite impressionable. What happens could stick with them forever. You can't do. It's up to you if you want to see you like this or see you with a tweet.
What are they things?
Hello.
What are them?
Oh, nothing. Don't worry about those.
I'll just stay here.
He's an animal! He's an animal, what?
Shut the doors on.
Yeah, let's shut this up.
I don't think it's nice for kids seeing, is it?
The eldest child had a go at his dad for his behaviour. If I was that dad, I'd feel embarrassed. My parents never really used to argue in front of us. I don't even remember ever seeing them shouting at each other. It's something that they'd do privately, or if they had words to have with each other, they'd do it away from the children.
Right, let me speak to my oldest son then, please. Because
It's upsetting them, mate. It's not
really fair, is it? You need to. I need to.
I don't want to see their dad.
Mate, I have to look at one record, please.
Right, cool. Come on then, let's disappear. Go back in and shut the door, mate.
Love it.
Come on then, fella.
You see him say surprise. Just don't get upset.
Come on.
Yeah, pull it in front. If he gets in with you, I'll put her in mine, because she's got her stuff there and some in the house. We'll go back to the police station, then I'll grab it from you there, and then I'll drop you back off after. Get your cup of tea.
Is my daddy getting kicked out?
No, Daddy's okay. He's got to come in. Daddy's got to come and speak to us. Okay? So Daddy's got to come and speak to us.
While the man is taken away to custody, his children are left in the care of their aunt. At Kettering Police Station, PC Cairns is taking a statement from the woman about the incident.
He grabbed me with his left hand and he punched me 2 or 3 times in the head with his right hand.
Have you broke free or...?
He let go and I ran into the bathroom.
You've gone into that room?
Yeah. He was going, "You're a fucking slag," and ripped one of my bags off me for me to get out his house. Then his 11-year-old son had him by his arm and he was grabbing him by his arm to put him into the bedroom.
Okay.
For me, the fact that the children had to get involved, that hit home for me. If you've seen your dad hit your mum or your mum hit your dad, that you think that's the norm and that's allowed. And then when you grow up in turn, then it almost like the domestic relationships just breed on.
He called me a slag again and I said, "I'm ringing the police." I said, "I'm not having you hitting me." He said, "Don't you fucking dare, I've got kids here." I think all three kids upstairs screaming.
And you've never seen him be physically abusive towards them?
No, he is good.
With them?
Yeah.
Other than the
other than this, yeah.
you in front of them?
Yeah.
In 3 months' time, I'm going to become a father for myself for the first time. And I think a father's really important. And it's somebody for you to look up to, somebody to teach you right from wrong. I mean, where would I have been today if it wasn't for the fact that my dad set me on the straight and narrow?
I need you to sign here.
Yeah, no problem.
And then I'll come back to you.
Okay.
Let you read it, please.
Thank you.
For that kid, his dad's his role model. How can you look up to somebody that behaves in that way?
Police emergency.
My son's absolutely gone off his rocker, smashing the house up.
All right.
In recent years, the number of sons aged 15 to 34 still living at home has increased to 32%.
My dad actually hit me first. No, I didn't. You didn't? No, I didn't.
Often exacerbating problems between fathers and sons.
Hello, I'm his son. He hit me in the face.
I grew up on a farm in South Africa, and you can almost look at the animal kingdom for this. You have the big lion, right? And the younger male lions are growing up. The male lion goes, "No, I don't want this," because this new adolescent is now going to look to take over. And in the lion kingdom, they fight it out.
I've come back today. He's had a bit of a fucking grumble with me. He's hit me a few times, got police round the house. He's punched me 4 or 5 times when I was younger.
All right, we're getting officers to you as soon as we can, okay? My husband, as a father, has had to adjust his way of thinking to realise these boys aren't his babies anymore. They are young men that have always looked up to him, mimicked him. How you father a child is going to impact the rest of their lives.
It's 4:30, Thursday afternoon.
Police emergency.
Yeah, hello, I need assistance with my son. He's just pushed me, kicked my buggy while my daughter's in there, trying to smash the windows. He's threatening to kill everyone, calling everybody fat cunts. He's just out of control again.
PC's Emily Faulkner and Lizzie Coombs are immediately dispatched.
Yeah, we're en route.
Just calm down, please.
Right, piss off right now.
Hiya.
When they arrive, PCSOs are already on the scene.
Just calm down. He's threatened to stab his mum, he's threatened to stab his dog, and he's all over the place. He won't go anywhere near us.
Shut up!
You don't need to shout.
I don't care, just piss off!
Just have a conversation with us like an adult.
Piss off!
Well, you don't need to do anything like that, do you?
Piss off!
I think teenagers have it tough because they're not children and they shouldn't be treated as children, but they're not quite adults and that they're just in that horrible stage.
We want to help you, Harvey.
He's surrounded by police, but it didn't seem right for him because he needed help.
What is the problem?
Nothing.
It's just where we go forward from here. Have you rung your social worker today?
They come out and said nothing we can do. He's fine.
School, assessments, did they do anything?
Yeah, they've done everything, but they're saying there's nothing wrong with him. It's a normal child.
What's kicked him off to spark him to behave like this today?
It was a tough year last year for him, I get that, but we've done everything.
When was the assault with Dad?
July.
Last year?
Yeah.
Was that
really
violent to you before
yeah,
the relationship?
He's got violence.
Has Harvey witnessed that?
Yeah. And it's since then, it's where it's...
Do you think it's learnt behaviour?
Yeah.
Sometimes the problems that children are presenting are because of their experiences from their parents, whether that be direct abuse or whether it's they're witnessing domestic violence, for example. It can often lead to an explosion of violent behaviour.
Do you feel happy right now?
I'm never fucking happy, just piss off!
It's a bottling up of feelings that they can't cope with it anymore. They do it as a way for asking for help.
What's made you so angry, Harvey?
Nothing, piss off!
Well, you're not talking to us, you're just swearing at us at the minute. If you tell us what's wrong, we might be able to help
Piss
you.
off! I'll go to my friend's house, don't give a shit.
Okay, where is your friend's house?
Down Hunsbury, now move!
Whereabouts in Hunsbury?
Fucking down Hunsbury!
Yeah, all right. Whereabouts in Hunsbury?
Fucking Hunsbury!
I'll be honest, like the push on Mum, we can lock him up, but custody is not the right place for him.
I don't want him going into care, he's my son, and I love him, but I can't do this.
We have to consider what's going to be best for him, but also what's going to help in the long run. If we'd have just arrested him for public order offences, then it wouldn't have got to the root cause of why we were there today.
So if Mum wants to give her a call, that's absolutely fine. She's happy with that.
Oh, that is amazing. Can I have her details? Also, does he need anything to stay overnight?
The officers receive an update that Harvey has reached his friend's mum's house safely.
I've said that you'll send her a text. He's happy there, he's playing Xbox with his friend. And obviously, if he goes from there and he's a missing person, she'll report it to us.
I think there's still a stigma around young lads asking for help. They might be seen as weak. They just perhaps want to come across as strong and can cope with whatever life throws at them. But actually, they can't and they don't know how to cope with that.
Yeah, ring the doctors, ring social services, ring the school. Fingers crossed, think the ball starts rolling. No worries at all.
Take care.
In an ideal world, every child would be in a happy home where their parents love them and they all get along well, but it's never going to be a perfect world, I don't think.
It's emergency.
Hi there. I need somebody ejecting from it. Rushed in the house there.
Just one person.
There's two of them.
White, black, Asian?
2 white,
They're shouting and being confrontational.
Age approximately?
Probably about 15.
Okay. Yeah, I've asked for an emergency response.
Alright, nice one.
They've not shoplifted or anything, they're banned from the shop and they're being aggressive.
It's the second time in a week that PC's Imogen Robinson and Erica Parsons have been called to the same supermarket.
Hiya, you right?
She's barred from the store for being aggressive from earlier. They're going to say otherwise, but like I said, he's not this.
He's not bad, it's the other guy.
Yeah, it's not barred.
What's your name?
Not telling you that. None of your business.
It is though, because you're involved in an incident.
I'm not though. Yeah. I might though. No, not really. He's
not sure.
He's willing, he's back in the
Lose the attitude now, mate. Don't speak to me like that.
They go in and just run around stores and just cause chaos for nothing other than entertainment factor.
Off you go. I don't want to get called back.
With some children, it is craving that attention that you're not getting at home. I think it can also just be a child just being a child and just acting like the complete and utter dick.
Officers go back to the store to talk to the security guard.
I think they're doing it because they've got nothing else to do. There's parks, but they're too old for that. There's clubs they probably can't afford to do.
Something we're doing about this. We can't do our jobs because they're coming into the tax.
Yeah.
All on cameras and shoplifting things out of the fridge.
What day was the shoplifting?
Tuesday.
12:63. We had a shoplifting reported from Asda on Tuesday of this week. Okay, can we have a look at what you've got? Is that all right?
As in, obviously, everything's documented. I mean, this is literally this week, and literally every one of these is them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got CCTV of that?
Tons of them.
The footage shows the boy they stopped earlier stealing a chocolate bar from the store.
Kind of like a rite of passage for young kids who do shoplift, but a lot of them are vulnerable. They've got something going on in their life which they think means that they have to commit that crime.
I just don't get it, as in they're just not understanding. Whether they're breaking stuff in the foyer, receiving something.
This young lad is in care. Got a lot of teenagers from care. They've been told they can't do something, so they've been disciplined and they lack discipline.
The thing is that as long as they get a reaction as well, then the more that they'll do it.
It's all a big game to them, isn't it, at the end of the day? But we'll catch up with them. All right, thanks a lot.
He is a misguided young lad. I think he just needs a father figure that can say to him, come on now, you need to grow up and you need to change your attitude.
Another unit has spotted the boy making off a few streets away.
Where are they going to have gone? If I ever did break the law, I wouldn't have wanted to have gone home. I would have got majorly told off. My dad probably would have been at the heart of the telling off. My dad was my hero when I was growing up. Did like a little PowerPoint on him at school. Having that father figure to look up to has made me want to just strive to be the best that I could be. They've legged it though, they could have gone anywhere. Yeah. The only difference between us and them is life opportunities and luck. Which way have they gone?
Apparently just legged it straight down here. And it's still going to be longer.
We're not going to catch them.
I think he's at a pivotal point in his life, whether he's going to start committing crime more than shoplifting a £5 bar of chocolate.
Never had a Waitrose jelly baby. It's better than a.
Yeah, they're quite nice.
A few days later, PC's Simon Shaw and Matt Morris pay a visit to the foster home of the teenage shoplifter, where he's been living for 2 months.
I first met him when he lived with his 5 siblings. He was the oldest, and it was a house from hell, really. And I think he got took off the mum because she couldn't handle him.
There he is.
Oh.
Where did you come from?
Come on.
No, you're not.
Where's Paul?
Well, should we go out the back? Is that
Yeah, whatever's easier. Have you got anything to say about this thing that happened at Asda? No.
The motivation I had to become a foster carer myself is that I was looked after as a child myself. The very first time I met him, we were able to work out that actually we were very much alike.
So, signing this is you accepting liability for it and saying, look, I'm sorry, going to pay
And it
you
won't
back.
happen again.
It's £5.55, all right? Do you get pocket money, or is that going to be
Come out of his
full?
pocket money.
Right.
Absolutely, I'm not paying.
It won't happen again. If it does happen again, you're going to get arrested.
I was pleased that they went down the committee order, particularly because it gives a chance. And that's important, that young people have chances, because it's about saying to our young people, we don't want to give up on you. We see value in you.
If you put your name on there and then sign it there.
I think him having a lack of a male role model was very, very difficult, and as a consequence, the trigger points in terms of him doing what he shouldn't be doing weren't able to be challenged.
Have you learned from this?
Yes, I have.
What have you learned?
I don't want to pay this, but I have to.
You have to, yeah.
Yeah, you have to pay back.
Doesn't matter whether it's a chocolate bar, 4 chocolate bars, a PlayStation game, it's the act that's wrong, isn't it?
So if it was like a 5p sweet, is that still theft?
Still theft, isn't it?
Yeah, we need to pay for our stuff, because otherwise anything is stealing, isn't it? It's not right.
I think the boys that I look after, they want inclusion, they want to feel part of something. I want them to feel, I'm a support network for you, I'm a male, and actually, this is what we do, we support each other and we help each other.
You're a good lad, you are a good lad.
Sorry.
All right.
Thanks for your time. Thank you. I think that's all it needs. All it needs is someone to explain to them the consequences if you continue down that road of offending. You're going to end up getting charged and going to court.
But he's like a nice lad that he could quite easily turn his life around.
Yeah.
This is the police. You're wanting to report somebody missing, are you?
Yeah, it's like rules at the placement. He left the house saying he's going to London.
And you think he's in immediate danger, so why is that? What do you think that immediate risk is?
Because of the gangs which he was involved with.
The Children's Commissioner has estimated that at least 46,000 children are now involved in gang activity across the UK.
He's been arrested before, so he was caught with a knife and an amount of cash on him.
So it was gang-related matters, yeah?
Yeah.
Young men without father figures do end up falling into gangs and criminalised behaviour because they're looking for somebody to love them, they're looking for somebody to care about them, feel like a family. They don't know that that gang criminal activity is the wrong direction to be going in.
It's 1 p.m. on Wednesday. In Kettering, a car known to the police has been spotted by the automatic number plate recognition camera.
Oh, it's just coming. What? It's the focus.
Focus, yeah.
And PC's James Condon and Tom Bailey are sent details to intercept.
There is intelligence to suggest that the occupants in a car are dealing a high amount of Class A drugs.
Involved with county lines?
Yeah.
County lines is where gangs from the bigger cities will send their junior members up to smaller towns like Kettering to deal drugs. And a lot of the time, they'll recruit local kids.
There it is.
Spot, mate. When we approach a car like that, there's 101 things going through your mind. Who's in the car?
Stop the car for a
Yeah, again. Have they got any drugs? Have they got any weapons?
Just keep your hands where you can see.
Right, you're detained for a search in a minute, all of you.
What are you doing, man? I can see what you're doing there.
Out my bag.
No, you stay in there.
Coppers know in your gut there's something wrong.
Right, mate, we're going to get you out of the car, go to the van. Yep. You going to be good?
Yeah. In that case, it was the 15-year-old lad in the back that I knew from previous incidents anyway, being in a car with 3 adults. Can Inspector Holton be made aware that the youngest person we got under arrest here is 15 years of age? Kids that get involved in this county line drug dealing see these older gang members as father figures. The gang members put one arm round them and perhaps give them a little bit of money they might need for that new pair of trainers, and the kid will look to those older members of the gang as probably more of a father figure than they ever have of their own father. Just widen your legs, please.
You've got drugs?
Yeah, wraps.
Some wraps.
So you've arrested on suspicion of possession of Class A drug, okay? The gangs will send out young kids because They know that if someone else is holding their drugs or someone else is holding the 500 quid they've made that day, no one can touch them. I'm always thinking about the people one step below, because I know that at that age he's already recruiting younger children to do the same and get involved in criminality who are of a very similar age to my eldest child, and that's what I think about when I'm dealing with people like him at that age.
Who do you normally use for your appropriate adult, your mum? That's fine.
You're not feeling very well. In which way you're not feeling very well? Can I have the handcuffs off, please? Hungry, just hungry.
He has been a victim, and he's been given very little chance to come out of that life.
I'm going to take them handcuffs off. Is that all right, buddy?
It's hard to know whether it's too late for somebody like that. I think it probably is, unfortunately.
All right, today's going to come round and sort you out some food, drink, blanket and that, mate. All right, as promised.
How many years have you done?
11 in June.
11 years doing
11
this job.
years.
Do you still have the same callers from like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
11 years ago, they were like little nippers, but the families were known. And you tend to find that those children then grow up, they get into trouble, so they stay on the system. And then they get partners and have children. And then you start having the same sort of issues. It's a bit like a vicious circle. They grow up and they do exactly the same. Sad. So sad. You do get a few people that break that cycle. But I would say they're very few and far between.
Hi, ambulance. Hello, we've gone out to a 54-year-old that was unconscious with ineffective breathing, which is like a possible cardiac arrest. It was a heroin overdose. He was given some Narcan, the drug, and then became aggressive. Now, father and son are threatening to punch each other.
Somehow, him and his son have ended up near enough coming to punches, apparently. All because they brought him back to life and stopped him dying. I just don't get it.
PC's Sam Clulow and Tony Salis make their way to the son's address in Corby.
As a young child, I never saw my dad. Both myself and my sister were taken away and put in the system, I guess you'd call it, the foster homes. Going through the alcohol issues with parents growing up, I've got a good understanding of others who have come from broken families, who come from drink, come from drugs, have been in and out of foster homes or through the system.
Police.
Oh yeah, it's okay. Obviously, it's my dad.
Everything calmed down a bit now,
yeah,
is it?
If I wanted him to go with the ambulance, it's my dad. He ain't got no other kids. You know what I mean? Like,
don't look out for everything.
Oh God, man! I just need peace and quiet.
I know you need peace and quiet, but we've just got to.
You need to come and check.
We
your
can't
heart,
have to.
They do need to come and check.
Obviously,
your
what we don't is for this
you need to do
situation to happen again.
Do me a favour, child, please. I'm quite alright. You are now because of what the paramedics had to just come and do to you. I'm woken up at 3 in the morning. My dad's overdosed, eyes rolling, purple lips, and basically not breathing, lying on the floor. That's the worst I ever seen my dad on drugs, and the most scariest for me because I'd love my dad. I don't want to see my dad like that.
You've also got chest pains. They need to have a look, don't they?
I was about 5 or 6 when my dad started taking drugs when he was like 32 or 33. My dad growing up in care, I think it affected him really hard. But I don't know really what my dad's been through because it's that dark that it's not spoken of. When I was younger, my dad was in jail, not in town, so my childhood was a bit unbalanced, I would say.
The ambulance is still waiting outside.
So why don't we just come put shoes on and come get in the ambulance that? You're gonna come do that please for me?
I'm gonna go in there now, get checked over right and be straight back out.
No you won't, they're gonna keep me till the morning.
My God.
Joseph, just keep yourself calm for us.
I was smoking dope when I was 9 years of age. Now I was 12 popping pills and getting in trouble with the police and all as just being a naughty boy basically.
Will you be happy if they come in and just have a listen to your heart and ECG to make sure it's fine from that point of view then? Okay, then.
No problems.
You happy with that, yeah? Right, that's just avoid you going to hospital and. Yeah, it's a green light, mate. Good to go.
Hello again.
Joseph, I'm just going to check your heart up, mate.
100%.
All right.
Yeah.
Just ready.
Dad, I would go, I would. You got to remember what so long ago I was in hospital for 7 months. You come see me in hospital.
You're right,
I just had to pick you up off the floor, Dad. I was rolling in your head, not breathing.
If you're willing to come down to the hospital to get checked.
You need to go. You're not well. Please, Dad. We come here to get strong and fit. Please do it. Please.
What is it you want me to do?
What are you doing? Answer me then. What are you doing? What did you come from Birmingham to call before? What did
You brought me here, Carl, remember?
For what? For what though?
What for?
What for?
Yeah, exactly what for.
To get healthy and strong, clean.
I've known Carl for quite a few years. When I first started, he was into taking drugs himself. I think sort of petty thefts of motorbikes and things of that nature. So from where I last saw him years ago, he's been doing fantastic. He'd come off the drugs, he said he had a flat, a dog. He's changed for the better.
I'd love to educate young kids. We've got these parents, because you know what, I grew up with it. I've done all the things that I've went to my young offenders. I'll be the first old man to, because I couldn't express things like this growing up. Having a horrible stepdad and things with my dad and my cousin and my uncle, but you know what? I am not no more, I'm a good person. I was a role model to my little cousins, and at that time I was getting in trouble with the police. I was in jail. And one day my little cousin turned around and said to me, I was like, what do you want to be when you grow up? He said, I want to be just like you. I said, I want to be a gangster. And I could never ever live with that burden, so I had to break the cycle. All my other little cousins, they ain't got no reputation like me. They're all good. I got loads of cousins. None of them been in jail. None of them been arrested. You ain't got none of my little cousins ever getting arrested because I've teach them differently.
That's about education, isn't it? And teaching right from wrong.
Yeah. If I'd had a normal dad, I'd have been a lot different. I said because my dad would have taught me different. I would have treated people a lot differently because I wouldn't have felt so much anger. I wouldn't have had so much bitterness inside me for other people because of their parents, or how I seen how their dads or their parents would come and get them from school. I'd have been different. I'd have felt loved, to be honest.
Right, shall I leave you be, buddy, right?
Yeah, spot on. Look after yourself. No worries, in a bit, mate, yeah? No worries.
Just because you have that dad, whether it be alcohol, drugs, or even if your father leaves at a young age, that's not your path. You can choose your own path. You can change what you want to do. For someone who's been through it and come out the other side, they'll never forget what they've been through. I never do, and I never will. And it's something that's changed the way I am a parent to my 3 boys. A leopard can change its spots, and as long as you have the will and the drive to better yourself, the world's your oyster.
Maybe she take that children and...
The woman who was forced to leave her home with her children took out a non-molestation order against her husband, so he can no longer contact her.
You see him say, he said bye.
There was no further action taken on the man who was arrested for assaulting his partner. but the couple are no longer together. Since the incident with Harvey, despite many requests, his mother has received no additional help with her son's behaviour from any outside agencies. The young boy who was given the community order has moved to a new town and is living with a new foster family.
He's moved on. As I understand, he's making strides to become a better person, so that's I'm really pleased about.
There was no further action taken with the young boy arrested in the car for possession with intent to supply Class A drugs. There was also no further action taken with 3 of the other adults. But one of the men was charged with possession of a Class A drug and was ordered to pay £235.
Come here to get strong and fit. Please do it.
After helping his dad get well, Carl was able to return him to his home in Birmingham.
Got him eating again and got him healthy, kitted him out all in clothes. So when I took him back to Birmingham, he wasn't dependent on nothing.
Carl continues to try to be a positive role model for his younger cousins.